Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yes, that's belongs to me today. Not today. This previous video you watched, we did what we dislike about Germany. We're here to say what we like about Germany. So stay tuned. Watch.
Yeah, and if you have and if you haven't watched what we dislike about Germany, it was really interesting. I would suggest you head over to my channel and is this channel though? Like, click the last video and watch what we don't like about Germany.
I'll be making references to it a lot, so you should watch it.
Yeah. So my name is Dima Otutu and her name is Didi, because if I leave her now, she'll say D for short.
My name is Dima Otutu.
So for reference, if you're new to the channel and you don't know us and this is your first time, we've basically been living in Germany for the past 2 years, and we started to talk about the things we really love about being in Germany since we relocated from Nigeria. So the last time I started first, so I'll let her start with what do you love about living in Germany the first month?
The system works. It works in everything. It works. It's like a chain of good events that started from somewhere, and it's like everything works seamlessly, that you don't have to bother, and that's so much different from where I'm coming from, where some things work but others will not. A lot of things do not work. It's amazing that you're going to somewhere and you don't have to bother about the intricacies about it. You just know that you go there, you get it done, no matter how long it takes, but you get it done, and you find that it won't even waste your time because you got an appointment to do it. So yeah, that's something I love about Germany.
So for me, one of the great things I love about living in Germany is the fact that you can live here on a budget and your budget will not shake.
Yeah.
Guys, do you know how that feels? Like, if at the end of the month you say, oh, this is how much I have, putting into consideration maybe your rent, your feeding, your transport, everything, and you do the budget realistically, you're going to work with that budget without having to say, oh my god, I didn't expect this, unless maybe you go out of that budget. Or back in Nigeria, you can make a budget and all of a sudden your generator has stopped working.
Yeah.
Your gas has finished, or police arrest you and you have to pay, or you just a lot of things. So if you pay for your monthly data, you have your monthly data. If you're budgeting that, oh, this is what I have to feed on, this is the transport, you know that every month your public transport is 86 euros per month. You're calculating 86 euros per month. It's not going to change.
And if it's going to change, they'll give you like heads up.
They'll give you heads up that, oh, this is something that is going to happen or something that is not going to happen. Like, you get updated every time. If the light bill is going to increase, they will let you know that in the so coming period, your light bill is going to increase. Your internet is going to. They don't just spring things on you. Yeah. So you can work comfortably on a budget while living in Germany.
Yeah, I think another thing I like is the fact that you can be unemployed, be looking for a job and not worry. It's amazing that as long as you're paying your Arbeit, your unemployment tax now.
Yeah, tax.
Unemployment tax. If something bad happens to your job back in Nigeria, if you lose your job, all your family members will come and console you like somebody died. Meanwhile, nobody died. But here, you're unemployed, just go to the agency, and then they would even give you links to look for job while also paying you. You can also tell your landlord, I'm sorry, I cannot afford the rent this month. When I get the money, I will pay. And the thing is, that's another thing I love. It's a trust system. You can go to somewhere, receive a service. At that point, maybe they collect cash and you just have card. Because of the trust system, you can go home and bring the cash later. And even if you don't, they will take it from your account. So there is that trust system built, and the fact that the businesses know where to go get their money from, and you also know where to go get the service from. It's amazing.
Yeah, and then another great thing I love about living in Germany is that insurance works.
Yeah.
Guys, I didn't understand the importance of insurance until I came to Germany, because again, back home, you don't hear middle class people or poor people talking about insurance. Like, it's not a thing. Insurance is like, maybe you're working in the government and they give you NHIS or something, or maybe you're coming from a wealthy family where your parents can afford to pay insurance for you. Back home, I didn't have insurance. So here, I know that if you have to go to the hospital, you have your insurance card, although you pay for it while you work, but the fact that it works is great. Like, and then another thing that I also love, like how she said, like, I think apart from the insurance, which you pay, the tax that you pay as well works great. I know that I complained in the previous video that the taxing is extremely high, which I still stand on, is really, really high. But the thing is, like, you also get the benefit of it, especially if maybe you're planning to have a kid here, and also if you plan to get married here. If you're planning to have a kid here and you're not and you don't want your kids to go to private school, you don't have to ever worry about school fees from nursery to they go to the university and graduate. As long as your children are in school and it's the public school, it's taken care of by the government. And then when you give birth, each month the government pays you
to feed
your child. Like the government, and the thing is, like, they also, even when you give birth to that baby, they send their nurses, I don't know what they call them, but they send them to come and be sure that the baby is well taken care of. Every month, a particular amount of money is given to each child to make sure you're taking care of that child. Like, it's something that I really love. Imagine having to save money and you're not worried about school fees.
Exactly.
From nursery to university. I mean, that is absolutely great. So if you're someone who is considering moving to Germany, I would also say that it is a great place to live, in as much as our tax is extremely high.
It's like a communal wealth thing, and I love it. In opposition to where I'm coming from, that's communal poverty. The communal wealth thing is it's well planned out. The fact that everybody pays for everybody to live comfortably in the place, right? If you want to receive surgery now and you go to the hospital with your insurance, no matter how much the surgery is, it's not your
most
business.
likely not to pay any extra money.
If you want to have a dental treatment or something, and you started paying your insurance yesterday or something, because of the contract system, which I forgot to say is very annoying, you get it got paid for you and waived off. So after paying your tax when you receive your salary or you receive money or something, you don't have to worry. Just need to eat. If you have kids, the government take care of your kids. Your spouse is working, so it's a the government takes care of me kind of system. It's really
even
nice.
though the tax is high. Well,
it is.
Yeah, it is. So I think another thing on my list too is the transportation system. So in living in Berlin, you can actually not have a car, and it is not going to be a problem. I mean, for you to commute anywhere within Berlin that is not outskirts of Berlin, you need 6 euros to go anywhere you want the whole month. And the thing is, like, the transport system is very good. Like, for everywhere there is transport. And then it's not that we have multiple transportation systems. We have train, the underground train, we have what they call S-Bahn, we have tram, we have buses, we have like a whole lot of different kinds of transportation system, and it's really, really nice and very effective. So if they say they are coming in 5 minutes, they are coming in 5 minutes. And if you're going to be delayed, you even see it where they will write it that it's going to be delayed. Or if you check your Google map and map says delayed for 2 minutes, it's actually delayed for 2 minutes. So they are always on time. Unless something happens and it gets delayed, then it's delayed. But if you choose not to have a car, it is not a problem, because you can also, commute properly here.
Yeah.
So
you can effectively plan their time, and that's really good. I thought of something now. I like the fact that there are rules, and I like the fact that if anybody goes against the rule, one sue, and if you sue, it's a case in the court and you'll be heard. It's not, and that's the reason it can be frustrating to have those rules, and because one thing about Germany is that Germans are stickler for rules. But the thing is that if anybody goes against those rules and goes to the court, you win your case, no matter who you are, and then you walk away. We've had friends that have gotten into issues with the landlords and gone to the courts, explained, complained, and gotten their due justice. So that's one thing I love about it.
Yeah, I think another thing that I also love about living in Germany is, to some extent, the cost of living is also bearable, and I'll explain. Like, one thing I like about this place is that the poor also survive, the middle class survive, and the rich survive. So you can say, oh, I want to not spend a lot of money, and then when you go grocery shopping, you can buy something quite affordable. You can even get pastries of €1. You can get coffee of €1, €2. So you can say, oh, in a day, you can actually feed okay on maybe like €10 or €15. Which I know if we convert to Naira, it might be a whole lot of money to even spend in a week. But considering that the standard of living of these two countries are on the extreme, maybe not extreme, but the standard of living is very different, I think that this place is also affordable. And then you also choose where you want to live according to how much you earn. So if let's say you don't make a lot of money, there are options for hostels, there are options for shared apartments, there are options for you, like you just have your level, whatever level it is you want to aspire, you get it. And then another thing that I also love in terms of the standard of living is that I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I see it as a good thing in a way. Like you can hardly differentiate between the rich and the poor here. Like you can't see this person and say, oh, this person is very rich or this person is very poor, unless the person is living a very exotic lifestyle. We can actually be standing in front of a multi-millionaire and you will not really know. So it's just something that I like.
You know, it's a tax system that does.
Yeah, it's a tax
because
system.
wherever you are, the tax will bring you to the middle. So you can't be exceedingly. If you're exceedingly rich, you bring that money and help the community.
Yeah.
That's how the tax system.
So that's what is
I think last time I used the security. I like the fact that I can walk the streets at night and know that I will get home.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I love about it.
Yeah, and to think how crazy it is that I still have PTSD from back home. Like I can remember one time around either August or September that I was doing this early morning challenge where I leave the house very early, like around 5:36 to take a walk. That is like I never get hurt, or I've never been hurt or been chased or experienced any theft or whatever. But for some reason, like every time I go out, I always turn back to be sure that someone is not following me. But the thing is, like, this place hasn't given me a reason not to be. They haven't given me a reason to be scared of my life or scared for my life. Like the security is pretty high. Like you can actually say, oh, it's 11 p.m., it's 12 p.m., it's 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and all of us are just going home, and you're sure like you will get home.
Yeah.
So like that's something that is really great that I love about Germany as well. Job security in Germany. So in Germany, I don't know if it's job security per se, because you can also get fired. Like some companies can lay you off. But what I'm trying to say is that when you pass your probation period, it's always going to be a bit more difficult for a company to let you go. It's just like in Nigeria, you can maybe
not beat your boss.
Maybe not beat your boss in the morning, and then you just get fired and nothing happens. But here, if something happens and you get fired, you're going to be left with compensation. Maybe for like 2 or 3 months of your salary will be paid while you're looking for other jobs. So like it's very interesting. And another thing too in the job security part, especially for women, when you give birth, your maternity leave is like for 1 year. And then after that, like within that 1 year, your company pays a part of your salary, and the rest of the year, the government does that. And when you come back, your job will still be there. If the company says they don't need you, Germany owes you a job. So it's kind of interesting, like how they just take care of a lot of things. They take care of everybody. So like I wouldn't lie, I like the fact that we relocated as well. I've experienced a different kind of life here. So these are some of the things that I have loved about living in Germany since I relocated. So let me know if you're someone who is living in Germany. Maybe some things that we've said here might be different from your own experience, or might even be so much better than ours. Let me know in the comment section. Please be sure to put it down. And then if you're someone who is also an immigrant in a country that is not Germany, let me know your experience and the things you love about living in the country where you migrated to.
And if we should come and visit you.
And please do not take everything to heart. If what we said is false from where you're coming from, please be very kind when you're stating it in the comments.
Just because you can even write a capital letter. False. I do not agree.
But this is just from our own personal experience and what we've seen so far since living here. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in whatever video after this one. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share if you find it interesting, and we'll see you again. Bye. Okay. Yeah, baby. What's that?